Mind your own damn business. Let's talk about it. This is Andy with Andy Hoffer Coaching, and I want to talk about counting your own blessings. And so there are two um, quotes that really hit home for me, and I want to share them with you guys first. The first was there was a comedian named Louis C.K. He fell from grace for a whole bunch of atrocities, but he made a good point in one of his quotes, and he was talking to his daughters. He had given them a bowl of ice cream, and he was talking about how one of his daughters was complaining because her sister got more than she did, and he said to her, don't look into anyone else's bowl unless you're making sure that they have enough. And I thought, wow, that's wonderful. It's like be grateful that you have and make sure that those around you have enough also. And I thought that was very poignant and what a wonderful thing to teach your children, right? But the second quote, I just saw it today, and I thought it was super cute. And somebody said, this was totally on like Instagram or something, so I have no idea who it is. But she said, don't let your ice cream melt counting someone else's sprinkles. And I'm like, wow, it just, people have such a way with words. And so I wanted to bring these two quotes to you guys today to talk about counting your own blessings and not looking to others to see if you measure up. Because I often feel like I do that. Like I will look at other people and be like, oh, she's prettier than me. She's younger than me. She's richer than me. She has a happier marriage than me. Just insert anything that somebody can be jealous of. And, I'm not looking to my own life to be grateful for what I have. It's the comparison job that we do. And so I thought that I would bring those two quotes to you today because I thought, what a wonderful way to think about things. First is that, if you are looking to other people, think about whether they have enough and how you can help them to better themselves, how much you can be of service to others. Now, we have talked about it plenty of times on here about being of service to others and getting out of your own head and looking outside of yourself and how to help others. And that is a way to bring yourself to a sort of equilibrium, to bring yourself back to center. And I think that this quote from Louis C.K. really embodies that. It's like don't look at your sister's bowl unless you're making sure that she has enough. I mean, that's your sister. You want her to have some. You want her to have enough ice cream. Because what's the alternative? Is she doesn't have enough and you're like, haha, I have more than you. When we don't want to do that either. We want to be with people who have enough, who are doing well, who are taken care of. And we can be a part of that, right? So that's why he's like, don't look to her unless you're making sure that she has enough. So are the people around you, do they have enough? Do they have enough love in their life? Do they have enough, caring and compassion? Can you give that to them? Is that something that you are capable of doing? Extending more love to the people around you rather than being like, hey, why don't I have that? You got to turn the lens around. You got to make it so that you look at it from a different angle. And whenever you see somebody who has plenty, be like, wonderful. Now let me turn my eye to those who don't have enough so that I can give them more. Yeah, that's hard, right? That's really hard. So there's that. And then the second part of it is about counting other people's blessings and looking to them to see, wow, what has God given to them? What has the universe bestowed on their life that is so magnificent? And let's not forget that we don't know the whole story. We don't know exactly what they're going through. We don't know what parts of their life is actually lacking. Yeah, they might be younger, but maybe they are struggling financially. Yeah, maybe they have money, but maybe they're struggling in their love life. And that's not to say that they're struggling somewhere. But it's to just remind you that you don't know the whole picture. That just taking a snapshot of somebody and being like, oh, they have everything I want. Well, do they? How do you know? How can you be so sure that they have everything that you want? Because you don't know. Maybe they do. But you can't be sure about that. And you cannot base your feelings based off of what you believe other people's are living, the experience of another person. This brings me to another quote. I love quotes. I love quotes. And it said, most people don't even know themselves. Most people can't even comprehend their own existence. Yet you think that you can know their existence? Or what's even more is that when they make a comment or critique or they bash you, how do you believe that they know anything about you? Knowing yourself is one of the hardest endeavors to ever take on in this life. So believing that, hey, yes, I know this person, I know their life, and I am absolutely jealous of every single thing that they have. How can you say that with 100% certainty? You can't. So looking to other people for validation, comfort, care, for just whatever, there's fallacies within that. You basing this jealousy, this envy off of incomplete information, first of all, and it's coming from a place of who's doing better. And it's coming from a place of selfishness, of I want more, I want more. So my recommendation, the way that I choose to oftentimes rearrange how my brain is thinking, is to, one, say, God bless that person. I mean, maybe you don't believe in God, but I choose to use the word God here. So it's, being grateful that that person has been given so much, that they are living a wonderful experience with whatever it is that you believe is good, that it is plentiful, that it is in abundance, right? But then also turning your eye to those who might not have and saying, okay, what do I have that I can give? Because that reminds you that you are living in abundance too. It reminds you that you also have more to give, that you have the ability to give, because there are those out there who don't have the ability to give. They just can't. But I think it's wonderful that these two quotes in conjunction, they just totally blow my mind. They often will shake me out of whatever it is that I'm feeling jealous over, because the reality is that when somebody is doing something more than you, whatever it is, financially, physically, with their career, with their marriage, whatever it is that is happening that you believe is better, it is not an example of what you don't have. It is an example of what is possible. And because it's possible, you should be grateful that they gave you that example, because then now you know in your life you can attain it yourself. Because just because somebody has it doesn't mean that you can't get it. That's not how the world works. That's not how things operate on this planet. If somebody's done it, it can be repeated. It can be done again. And that, my friends, is a good thing. So remember, don't look to others for validation. Look to others to see how you can be of service. Always operate from a place of love, caring, kindness, compassion. When you do that, see how your mindset shifts. See how it changes for the better, how your mood elevates, how you can become closer to yourself and to the universe and to your goals, how you become in alignment just so quickly when you shift your focus from others, from yourself and what you have or what you don't have, to others and how you can be of service. Okay, guys, I hope you like this episode. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I love you guys. Bye.